Alright, so Starfield Early Access is out, and right now I have mixed feeling about it, not in terms of the gameplay, but actually the ultra-wide support and the performance. Let's get into the ultra-wide first. Now, this game does support ultra-wide 21 by 9 in gameplay, in engine cutscenes. Obviously, FMV is still pillar box, menus and character creation, loading screen, and all that still remains 16 by 9. Unfortunately, those with the 32 by 9 super ultra wide, the game does not support it out the box. You will have to do some hex editing to get the 32 by 9 gameplay. We'll leave the hex code in the description and along with the Reddit post. If you've never done it before, go ahead and just follow along with that link. Now, under the graphics setting, you can only choose 21 by 9. It only maxed out at 3440 by 1440p. For this particular video, I was capturing it with my 38-inch ultra wide, and unfortunately, there is a very tiny slitter black bar on the left and right. You won't notice it at all. You will only notice it during in-engine cutscenes when there's a little tiny black bars. But yeah, if you're on a 38-inch, you might want to hex edit as well, just to get it completely filled if it bothers you enough. Unfortunately, right now hex editing does, like I mentioned, does have a little bit of a drawback with the menu. There is some stretching, especially in the customization as well, the character customization and in the menus. So keep that in mind. Now, moving on to performance, I will have to say I am very surprised at how well the game runs. It is very smooth and it actually looks really good. I'm actually really shocked when I first booted up and how good the game actually looked. Compared to some of the early gameplays when it was shown off about half a year ago, it didn't really impress me at all. The character animation just looked very, very outdated. But I don't know what they've done with it, but it looks so much better. I have everything on max, and right now the graphics is really blowing me away. I wasn't expecting it to look as good as it does. But, and yes, there is a but, the game runs incredibly well, but that is when it's actually running, because during the first few hours of playing the game, I crashed about 6 or 7 times at random. And I have not found a solution what's causing the crash, so that is still in progress. And this is with the latest NVIDIA driver 537.13. Now you might want to try using a different driver, maybe an older one, see if that works. But for now, the latest driver has been causing some issue for a lot of people, it seems. Now, under the graphics setting, you can expect most of the standard settings that you can adjust, nothing too crazy. There is no FOV slider, unfortunately, so that will be a problem for a lot of people, especially how zoom in the guns are. I think that's going to be a lot of issue for a lot of people. You can play this game in third person just like Fallout. You can probably play it entirely in that perspective, which I do prefer. Kind of wished Cyberpunk was the same way. You could switch between first person or third person. The third person has a two zoom. There's one zoom that's closer to your character, and there's another zoom that's further out. So it is kind of nice to be able to switch between the two. I'm not really a lot in the first person, so that how zoomed the guns are, it really doesn't bother me, but I know that will definitely bother a lot of people. So hopefully there is an FOV fix soon, or the developer added in the next patch. Also, in terms of upscaling technology, we only have FSR2. There is no DLSS. However, there is a mod already out for adding in DLSS and replacing FSR2. You can grab it in the, I'll leave the link in the description as well. And it's also pretty disappointing the game doesn't support HDR at all. And there seems to be a really gray, washed out look on the game right now. And there is no way to adjust the brightness or the gamma. There isn't a setting under graphic that you can change. So what you're seeing is how the game will look by default. So there's that washed out look, and there's no way to adjust it. And it's so disappointing that a game this Anticipate doesn't have HDR right now. I am actually really enjoying the gameplay of Starfield. The gunplay feels very good. It feels kind of like Cyberpunk. I just wish the sound effect on the guns were a bit more impactful. Right now they sound very soft, so hopefully that gets addressed. So right now it really does feel like Fallout, but in space for me, and it has that Bethesda DNA in there. So if you're looking for more Fallout, but just in a different setting, Starfield is right up there. I just wish that the game would stop crashing so I can play a little bit more. Alright guys, so that does it for this video. I will be sure to make another video if there's any changes to the ultra wide scene, if there's any improvement, or if there's anything that is worth mentioning before the official launch for this game next week. So until then, also on a side note, thanks to everyone that have supported this channel so far. It just recently crossed the 1,000 subscriber milestone, so thank you to everyone, and I appreciate it very much. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care.